Hi, this is Frankie again with a really good, this is an old pre-war Gibson Kalamazoo banjo. You don't see a whole lot of these around. Actually, we learned from the Fox guy, I can't remember his name, that just wrote the book, The Other Brands of Gibson. The tenors are actually a little more rare than the 5-strings, although you don't see the 5-strings coming up for sale as often as the tenor Kalamazoos. This one's in pretty good shape. I have an original Joseph A. Rogers calfskin head. The tailpiece is original. A lot of times the tailpiece has been replaced on one of these. I really think these Grover bridges with the bone inserts work best on the Kalamazoos, having owned 3 of them. You could even take this old calfskin head out and put a more modern head in, but these are made for the old calfskin head. No tone ring in this one. It's just, you know, animal hide on top of wood, and that's how it ought to be. You know, old-time players like Benton Flippin and Doc Watson knew what they were doing. They played these Kalamazoos. Benton Flippin, there's an interview with David Holt. He gets out his old Kalamazoo and he plays a couple numbers. He, you know, saved up and bought it when he was young. Doc Watson's dad, I think, bought him a Kalamazoo when he was young. Think of how long these guys played and how well they knew their music and how many opportunities they had to trade up, and so-called trade up and get a better instrument. But they knew what worked best for their style of music. So if you like those guys and you want to learn banjo, this is the banjo to have. The only hesitation I would have in buying this banjo is it's got, the action is a little bit high because of a bow in the neck. I could have a lower bridge on here, but I've got a bow in the neck. Not bad. I've never seen one of these Kalamazoo 5-strings that did not have a bow in the neck. That can be corrected. There's plenty of forums on the Banjo Hangout. I just haven't fooled with it. If I keep it long enough, I might. But, you know, that can be done. The frets, I dressed them a little bit. They could be dressed more, a little bit more. But this banjo, as I said, these old Kalamazoos just have a funky old sound that you cannot get anywhere else. There's no other banjo in the world that has the sound of a Kalamazoo. As I said, this is my 3rd one that I've owned. The first one I owned, I wish I wouldn't have sold because I had an attachment to it. It had a big stain on the head and a double-bound resonator. If you ever find it anywhere, let me know. I'll buy it back. But I've never had one that sounded quite that good. This one's coming along. I just put the head on here the other day. It's not the original head, but it's an original head that would have gone in this. So it's essentially restored to original condition, minus the Grover bridge, which I put in here. Great sound, great sound. I'll play a little old log cabin in the lane. I like that on this. 2-fingered style. And I cannot work no more. I've laid the rusty old hull down to rest, while old Mrs. and old Martha, they're sleeping side by side in the little old log cabin in the lane. Oh, the doors are falling down, the roof is all caved in, cracks let in the sunshine and the rain, and the only friend I've got now is that little old dog of mine, and that little old log cabin in the lane. Well, if you want to give me a holler, it's a good banjo. Thanks.